Hey guys, this week on the Real DVD Watchers, I'm going to be reviewing a movie by a director who directed the Pusher trilogy, and it stars Tom Hardy. It's a UK movie called Bronson. This movie is a movie about Charles Bronson, who is a notorious UK criminal, not criminal, prisoner. I mean, he's a notorious UK prisoner, mainly because he spent 34 years of his life in prison. He's still in prison today. Um, a quick fact is that this DVD also actually has an introduction from Charles Bronson talking about the movie and stuff like that. So that is that. I don't want to spend too much time talking about Charles Bronson. If you want to know more about him, check out Wikipedia, Google. You can look him up. His name is actually Michael Peterson, but during his time in prison, he changed his name to Charles Bronson. It became his fighting name, I think it was. The reason he changed it. And basically, I guess a quick history I suppose. In 1974, he was 19. He decided to make a name for himself by attempting to rob a post office by taking a sawn-off shotgun and just robbing it, I guess. He was caught, sent to prison for 7 years, and subsequently after that, he ended up spending another 34 years in prison, most of that in solitary confinement. There we go. That is a really rushed, terrible history to Bronson, and I don't want to talk too much about him because people have their own opinions on Charles Bronson for what he does and why he does it. And in essence, this movie captures him. It's a very violent film. It's a very character. It's a character study basically. It's a character piece about this guy, and the actor who plays him, Tom Hardy, is just amazing. He does one of the best performances from a UK from a fairly unknown UK actor. He's just such an incredible um, does such an incredible performance in this movie. He is really good, and he gets the character down to a T, I think. And he had this. One of the things that this movie is praised on is the performance by Tom Hardy because he really does throw himself into the role, and he becomes this very um, violent, strange character, but at the same time really funny. He's so hilarious in this movie, and that's part of the reason I love this movie is because it's got this really dark humor to it. It is very funny. It really does have this similar quality to it as a film like Clockwork Orange. If you like Clockwork Orange, you kind of will have an idea of what this movie is about. It's kind of an ultra violent but comedic kind of character study, a lot like Clockwork Orange was. Um, this movie is narrated by Tom Brady as Charles Bronson, and it kind of cuts between these very hilarious moments where he'll suddenly act out a conversation with someone just as himself. So he'll kind of turn his head to one side, and it'll be painted like as a woman, and he'll be keep switching sides. So he'll for both parts of the conversation. It's really hard to explain, but it's a very funny scene, and that's one of the things I love about this movie. It has these really quirky little scenes that are just hilarious to watch. It's just so good. Highly recommend this one. It kind of didn't have a big release or anything, which is it is a big shame because I think this movie deserves to be seen by a lot of people. It's a fairly small cast. There's not really many important characters in this movie aside from Bronson. Bronson is, the whole purpose of this movie. It's about him, so you wouldn't expect there to be many other characters. Saying that though, there are some recognisable UK actor faces. The guy who plays Super Hans on Peep Show makes an appearance in this. Tom Brady, and of course, I can't remember his name. The guy who was in the guy who plays Super Hans. They were both in Rock and Roller, which was the Guy Ritchie movie. Tom Brady played the gay gangster character in that, and he's just completely. I didn't realize it was him actually. He just looks, the moustache and everything just looks like Charles Bronson. He's just completely captures the role. It's a very good movie. A lot of people criticize it for the editing and stuff. I really liked it. I thought it was really artsy kind of feel to it, but without feeling like pretentious or pompous or anything like that. Mm. Uh, yeah, it's really good. I highly recommend this movie. That's it for this week. I've got this horrible feeling that I should have been reviewing the Kevin Smith movie this week. I think that's a couple of weeks away. I'm pretty sure someone said week 37. So if I've got this wrong, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. And I will do a Kevin Smith review next week if that's right. But I'm fairly sure that it is when did I say? The 37th week of the Real DVD Watchers. I think this is week 35. So thank you for watching. Watch Bronson. And if you haven't watched Clockwork Orange, as it says here, a Clockwork Orange for the 21st century, if you have not seen a Clockwork Orange, go out and watch it because it's awesome. And so is this. But not as good as Clockwork Orange. But go and see this anyway because it's good. Anyway, I'll see you next week. Goodbye.